It's not ending TPS. They say the doors is closed, like not to keep you in, but to keep you out. It's filled to capacity.
So America's doors are closed fully to asylum seekers. We've set up agreements where if you want asylum, then we will find a country elsewhere in the world to take you. It's very simple, very elegant, a very complete solution. Now, of course, as you know, you've heard me talk about here many times before, all asylum claims across the southwest border are always fake. They always involve somebody who is coming from a country where they're not being persecuted based on race, religion, ethnicity, so on and so forth. Overwhelmingly, right, they're coming from other countries in the Western Hemisphere where there's no persecution based on religion, no persecution based on race, etc. In many cases, of course, they also come through dozens of other countries on their way here, where if they wanted asylum, they should have sought it first. In every case, they're either criminals, benefit seekers, economic migrants.
They said TPS, they in and out. Asylum seekers, they sending y'all to another country to go seek asylum. Right? Remick from sinners could not open these doors. It's not enough dancing, not enough sing-alongs to open these doors. And Stephen Miller is right. These people that be claiming asylum on this in the Western Hemisphere, they just opportunists because look at this.
Your only hope of living anywhere else that's not in the U.S. is through asylum. That is the only way you can get to Mexico at this point. It is through asylum. Okay. There's no visa. There's nothing that you qualified for at this point. It is through asylum. Like it is through like walking through a border or something. Because trust me, if there was a way, I would have already figured it out.
She said once she heard Trump enter office, she knew he wasn't playing, that it was all going to come to an end. And TPS, the T stands for temporary. So she took her Haitian self with her papers and fled to Mexico seeking asylum. Now, if Mexico is safe for a Haitian, you can't tell me Mexico ain't safe for Mexicans. But yeah, so the doors is closed. Not enough Remick dancing in the world could open these doors.
I mean, America is cool, but the food is processed. It's not that good. It's expensive. I'd rather go to my mom's country.
You've been to Haiti before?
Yes.
When was the last time you went to Haiti?
It's been like 4 years.
How was your experience in Haiti?
I love it.
And listen, so this young woman says when she retires, she's going to retire to Haiti. Let me tell you why it's important that we protect the United States of America. Let me tell you why we must protect our way of life. Because all of these people from all over the world, their plan is to work here for 10, 20, 30 years and leave. Once we've allowed them to change all of our rules and regulations of our country, which works for our way of life, these roaches and rats will run back to the corners of the earth where they came from. And you know why I call them roaches and rats? Because this is the mentality of a roach and a rat. Don't come to pour anything into the country. Come to use and abuse the country. And then after they up life for us, they'll run back into the rat holes they came out of. And I don't want you to make any mistake about the words that I'm making. This is in reference to all people from like this from all over the world. But these people with this mindset, they will come our way of life up and then run back under the rat hole where they claim it wasn't safe. I don't think so. Let's get them all out of here.
What's your background? You American? Dirty black American?
Wait, what?
Huh?
She just said that?
I did. A dirty black American. I sure did. Because that's what y'all are.
I had a conversation with my boy literally right before I got here. And then when I got on my phone with my boy, he was like, nah. Think about it, Rich. There's plenty of Haitians who say vieux salope. In Creole, that means like dirty or bad. Black Americans.
When we have Frank here, we talk about the word akata. Like it seems like everybody in the diaspora got specific terminology, detrimental or negative, degrading terminology
for Black Americans.
For Black Americans.
But I'm
Nobody else.
I'm gonna tell you why. What he said after, and he said, bro, Black Americans have no discipline.
I kind of appreciate her saying that because these are conversations that are happening in the background. It's only because we have social media now that a lot of these conversations are coming to the forefront.
Thing that's crazy here. You have, and if you want to understand how MAGA thinks, you want to understand why they're thinking this way, all you have to do is listen to that violent racist Megyn Kelly, who showed her ass when she said this.
Over a dozen years. Go home. Get out. We know our country's better than yours. That's because we filled it with our work ethic and our culture and our values. You being here only dilutes it for us, those who built it and live it. And half of you people, more than half, you won't assimilate. We don't want you. We don't care if you're offended. Get out. Go home. Go back to Haiti. Sorry. I'm thinking about our friends in Ohio who've been dealing with these TPS Haitians for years now, who are drunk driving all over their towns and killing people. This is the whole cats and dogs thing. Like they don't want to live like Americans live. It was supposed to be temporary help, and it's turned into another backdoor way of allowing someone permanent residency here, and they take advantage of all of our public services. And
let's just be real clear. Megyn Kelly's an idiot. And the reason she's an idiot is because she just sat there and repeated lie about cats and dogs. That was a story made up by a white woman.
So you're going to ignore everything else that she said to pinpoint on this one thing, which we still don't 100% sure, we don't know if it's true or not. You know what I'm saying? We still don't know.
I have seen videos of Haitians that admitted it was true.
I have too.
Who actually had her dog returned. It's a lie. But not only that, it also shows you how this airhead, so-called lawyer, hasn't even read shit. Okay? She went on and on and on, Nicole, about, our culture. Heifer, let me explain something to you. The largest land purchase in the United States was a Louisiana purchase, which was a result of slave revolt in Haiti in 1804. You talk about culture? You don't have culture, Megyn Kelly, without Haitians. What do you think New Orleans is?
Megyn Kelly unleashes racism against Haitians. She's trying to get her base back. Okay, the base of bigoted people. Here it is.
they don't want to live like Americans live. And this was supposed to be a temporary, it was supposed to be temporary help. And it's turned into another backdoor way of allowing someone permanent residency here. And they take advantage of all of our public services.
Where do I start, Megyn Kelly? Megyn Kelly, Fox News doesn't even want you. You got let go. I think it was after.
So you notice they can't not refute her point.
Of course.
They can't refute her point, so they just attack her personally. And honestly, what she said, it wasn't racist. I mean, it was just factual. It was the truth.
So you said that Santa Claus and Jesus were white men. Put it up full mass, included that in the summation. He included that because extrajudicial comments are allowed at the U.S. Supreme Court to provide context for state of mind. Okay? It's allowed. What Alito was attempting to do is he's attempting to dissuade from the legal scholarship argument of those extrajudicial comments that Trump has made over the years that would point to his bigoted state of mind. And so he makes a throwaway statement to neutralize it, okay? Because he's well aware that these statements do have weight in the Supreme Court.
To all my Haitians, me personally, I would not be anywhere I'm not welcome. To any other immigrant, I would not be anywhere I'm not welcome. Period. Because right now, this is ridiculous. Trump ending the TPS for all Haitians. Seem like, damn, only Haitians in the U.S.? Or is it Cubans? Is it,
It's also Syrians as well. It's not just Haitians. It's some other folks as well. But of course, they only want to talk about the quote unquote black folks.
Tamales, is it Mexicanos? Is it Dominicano? All those people that, don't supposed to be over here, but yet y'all worry about the Haitians? Are you kidding me? No,
it's not just Haitians.
I don't even want to be in the country. And I'm from here.
Can we trade her? Those people that's been coming over here raving about, America, for the World Cup. Can we trade her, for one of those people?
Y'all pack up and go to Canada. Because I'm hearing that they treat you, I wish I could say it in Creole. My man ain't here. But I'm wishing that, I heard Canada treat you like you a queen over there, a king over there.
Go ahead.
Pack up and go there, because I'm about to leave too. Trump don't even want me in my own country.
Hello, President Trump. I'm Haitian. You know what I'm saying? You need to move your ambassador in Haiti. You know what I'm saying? Haitian, I don't play. I don't have problem. Whatever Haitian want to go Haiti, you need move your ambassador in Haiti.
Okay, well, I'm going to start with na, 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 na. Hey, hey, hey.
Goodbye.
And what are we saying goodbye to? We are saying goodbye to the failed ideology of multiculturalism and the
Amen.
experiment, the last 40-year experiment of multiculturalism. What have we found? We found that all cultures are not created equally. They are not the same and therefore cannot mix well. Now, asylum seeking is that you are supposed to go, if you are seeking asylum in America, and you are supposed to be seeking asylum because you fear violence and threat to your life and to your family from warlords, from drug gangs, from whatever's going on in your country. You are supposed to go to the next nearest country, and then in the next nearest country, apply for asylum. You are not supposed to walk across the border, sit in McDonald's in America, and say, oh, I'm here because I'm seeking asylum. You are supposed to have done that from the next nearest country. So the reason these people are leaving and their temporary order is being rescinded is because most of them didn't go to the next nearest country. They came here, stayed here for 10 to 15 years, 5 to 10 to 15 years, while they've been here living their life. I don't know if they were eating cats or whatever they were doing, living their life, and then decided when the people caught them and asked them, what are you doing? They said, oh, no, we're here seeking asylum. Somebody told them that they could say that. And then, of course, they hadn't been bothered for years. But they violated the asylum rules upon entry. So it's fine for me if they go. They can talk dirty Black Americans all they want to. If any of you, the OGs on this channel, may remember, probably about 2 years ago, Wise and I did a whole show on Haiti. Haiti is the Western Hemisphere's biggest disaster. These people, we went over their history for 200 years. Every opportunity the Haitians had to form a stable government or to do something that would generate revenue, they messed it up. Not the white people, the Haitians. Did the French take advantage of the Haitians? Absolutely.
That's right.
Did the Haitians give them every opportunity to take advantage of them? Did they ever stop it? No, they did not. Currently, the United Nations has issued a warning against Haiti, telling people not to go there, that it is dangerous. They have kidnappings. There is no stable government. There is tribal and warlord rule over there. And then in the local areas is being ruled by gangs. They are killing at will. The United States has issued the strongest of warning. In fact, the State Department said, if you travel to Haiti, please make a will before you go. Now, I don't know if you can be told in stronger terms that it is a serious threat and that your life may very well be in danger by traveling to Haiti. I'm not sure how they can tell you, stay out of there. Better than that. This whole situation about having these people in our country, this failed experiment that anybody from anywhere can come to the United States and it's going to work out great. First of all, most of the people who are doing that are receiving government subsidy. If they had to learn the language, get a job, create their own income, and provide for themselves and their families, most of them would fail. The only reason they're even maintaining here in the United States is because we, the taxpayers, are subsidizing it. And we, the taxpayers, have said, we're finished. We're closed. We're full. We're booked up. We can't have any visitors right now because we need to have some family time. It is okay for families to come together and say, hey, we have some internal things we need to work on. So we're going to sit together as a family and hash some things out. And while we're doing that, we're not taking people at the house today. We're not having kids, your friends can't come by. Adults, your friends can't come by. Right now, we're just doing some family time. So we need to go ahead and put a sign up on whitehouse.gov and let the world know right now we're having family time. We'll call you when we're done, but right now it's family time.
You know what's interesting? We spend a lot of time talking about what's happening, the economy, inflation, the debt, what's happening to the dollar. And most people watching this channel already get it. You're paying attention. You're seeing things a lot of people are just starting to wake up to. But here's the question. If you already see it, what are you doing differently because of it? Because knowing something and acting on it aren't the same thing. That's why more people are taking a closer look at physical gold. Some are purchasing it directly. Others are moving part of an IRA or a 401k into a gold IRA. And that's why I partnered with Augusta Precious Metals. They walk you through how it works, answers your questions, and help you figure out if it makes sense for your situation. No pressure, just education. And if you'd like to learn more, go to writeforgold.com or text FAITH to 35052, because at some point, seeing what's happening isn't enough. You have to decide what you're going to do about it. Now let's get back into the video. It's really sad because these people, they come over here and they're so disrespectful to the country. They're so disrespectful to the people in our nation. They don't assimilate. Most of them, I think I saw something, I think it was like 56, almost 60% of those folks that are over here, their own government assistance of some sort. They are a drain on society. They don't add any value. They obviously don't want to come and assimilate. And then they want to talk trash about everybody here in the country and then talk bad about the country and then tell everybody that will listen that Haiti is great. And they walk around with their flags and stuff. I saw a video the other day, it was a Mexican lady talking about how great Mexico is, but she don't want to go back. I don't understand this. I don't understand how all these people, they waving these flags, talking about how great their homeland is, but they don't want to go back home. I don't get it.
My thoughts are, I think like the plastics do. If you ever seen Mean Girls, they can't sit with us. They can absolutely not can't sit with us. And the reason why they can't is because of one of the things that Megyn Kelly said, right? When you come here the legal way, right? You have to have investment. And when you invest in something, you usually care about it. The IKEA way, when you got to build it, you actually feel a little more for it. But if I just give it to you, you might just throw it on the floor when you don't care about it anymore. And so that's what they do. They come over here and they treat America exactly like something they were just given, because they were. Now, when we get into the whole immigration, conversation, we like to throw the illegals in with the legal migrants, right? And that's the problem there, because, my family's from Florida. Well, my dad's family's from Florida. There are a lot of Haitians down there that are in the, healthcare fields and things like that. And they're very nice people.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
They're very nice people, just like there are, Cuban migrants and things like that. But a lot of those people, and some in New York, they came here legally. Their families have been here for a long time. They have assimilated to American lifestyle. They still, have Haitian cultures, but you don't see them driving down the wrong way of the street. You don't see them snatching up cats and dogs. If they do have cats and dogs, they do it on their own time. They didn't bought those cats and dogs. Okay. So at the end of the day, what I'm saying is there's an investment there. These people are not invested. They have absolutely no idea, or maybe not even wanting to actually be invested in being American. But the other thing is, I go to the Dominican Republic a lot. The Dominican Republic sent all the Haitians back to Haiti.
Back to Haiti. And they built the wall.
No, they didn't.
Like they sent them back.
They
were
back
pulling
and
them off
built
of
a
buses,
wall.
everything.
Yes.
The same thing they're doing in America and places that you know about, like Springfield, they did in the Dominican Republic. Okay. And the Dominican Republic is not a wealthy country. So to drain their resources as well, it's just like, hey, no, you got to go. Right. And they tried to make this a whole racial issue, and they definitely try to make it like it's about Donald Trump. But if my memory serves me, it was the Clintons and the Clinton Foundation that has been over there in Haiti. And I can't tell you what they have done with those children. I can't tell you what they have done with the money, but that has all been liberals, those NGOs that USAID, all of that stuff has come from the liberal side. So if Haiti was such in a disarray, what have the liberals done? Because they've been the main ones over there. So any white supremacy that I'm going to, concede to would come from the liberals, not Donald Trump. But everything is falling on Donald Trump because one, he's the president at the time, but two, it's easier to make an argument that, Donald Trump is racist. But if you really wanted to assimilate to America, you had plenty of time. If you're all such scholars and astronauts and neurophysics, then in that time frame, you would have done what you needed to do in order for your family to stay. And there are some that have done it, but like 90% of them haven't.
The crazy thing is that it doesn't have to be the way it is. And they could go back there and they could build this place up if they could, remove the corruption and things of that nature that they have going on out there. But when you think about the natural resources that they have, I mean, they have gold and copper and oil. Like they could have
a lot. It's a beautiful. I absolutely agree that it's a beautiful country. My whole thing is, why would you want to come somewhere and deal with white supremacy when Haiti is a black country? And I do mean black, meaning the first free black nation. There's no white influence there at all. If they actually went and made that a success, you know what that would do. So I don't understand, why wouldn't you do that? America hasn't always been, industrial aid. People had to fight for it. You might have to fight.
Thank you, my sister. And I think it's really important that people do not hear what we're not saying. Because my sister just made it clear that we are not talking about decent people who assimilate, who follow the regulations and rules and assimilate. We're talking about people who are not only coming in here illegally, but they are violating our basic laws of decency. And they are publicly and verbally disrespectful. So you can't be a rational person and not see the difference here. So if you're on your screen right now, yelling and screaming and being angry because you think we're dogging Haitians or dogging other black people, that's not the case here. And if you are a Christian above anybody else, you need to be able to recognize this. There's no reason for you to get angry because we are talking about what the facts are. And if you do not focus on the facts and you get into your emotions, you're going to be violating some very serious biblical principles. So I am trying to appeal to the sensibilities and rationality of my Christian brothers and sisters who are here, who are very easily can be wrapped up into this whole thing that we're talking against Haitians or we're trying to down Haitians. That is not what we're saying. And when we point out something negative that some Haitians do, it is not an attack on all Haitians who do not do it. Just like when somebody say that some black people are gangsters and they're muggers and rape and rapists and all we don't take it offensively because we know it's not us. So please, let's keep this rational. What's being said is that people who do not belong here, who are not supporting and contributing to our society, but who are taking from us and being harmful, need to be addressed. And that's what's happening here. And it's not just black people. It is all kind of people. I think that Megyn Kelly slipped up at one thing by just referring to the Haitians. She should have talked about all those illegals, and that would have made it much easier. So all I'm saying is that let's be honest and fair, and don't let them punk us, and don't let them twist the concept or just the topic and make it look like something that it's not.
Minister Danzo, I'm with you, and I'm gonna defend Megyn Kelly, and I'm not a big Megyn Kelly fan, but I think she's just talking about the Haitians because this is just the story of the day. When they were deporting, all the Nicaraguans a year ago, she was on their heads too. So if you over here illegally, I don't care who you are and where you come from, you need to go.
Amen.
Simple as that. Amen. I don't care who you are, where you come
about
from.
The Ukrainians that he got rid of.
Oh yeah, he got rid of a ton of Ukrainians.
Oh no,
he got rid of a ton of Europeans in general.
No,
stop it. Because they try to say, oh man, he's only deporting, the quote unquote people of color. And then they showed a whole slew of folks that he got up out of here.
Come on, stop it now. You're messing up the narrative now. You can't do that. You can't do that.
I agree with what everybody's saying. If you're here illegally, you should go back. I am never going to down anybody because I'm looking at through the video. I'm not talking about us, but this is the danger. This is why I get frustrated when people use the word tether when it comes to me.
Amen.
Because what happens is people see anybody who has any kind of family from outside of America and they try to drag you. I'll be honest. A lot of the attacks came from Black Americans that would attack me and my family. But the thing is, I think we need to get back to what it was when my family moved here. When my family moved here from Trinidad, they gave up their citizenship. Like I always say, they gave up their citizenship and they assimilated to America. I don't understand where that went. There was a point where if you were coming to America, you had to sign paperwork that you were going to figure out how to take care of yourself without being on benefits. My grandparents were never on benefits. They never received anything. They had to work hard for everything that they received. And same thing with my parents. So you had to work hard for what you got. You didn't just walk in here and just get thrown on a system. That is why to this day, when people be like, Krista, you've never been on a system? No, because that was never part of our DNA. That was not what we were taught. So it's always, I don't know where the disconnect happened, where they decided that they were just going to throw everybody that comes into America on welfare, on Section 8, on Medicaid, food stamps. I don't know
Crystal,
where
that's the Democrats' way of getting these people here to support them. Again, no different than what they did, in the late 60s and 70s, by giving quote unquote, poor black folks, Section 8 welfare. And then they come back and tell them, hey, we're the ones that's feeding you. We're the ones that's, putting a roof over your head. They don't give you enough to thrive, just enough to survive, but they'll hang that over your head.
No,
and then that's the same thing. The goal for the Democrat Party was to, hey, let's let them over and they can come over as TPS. And then we'll find a way that we can backdoor them into citizenship. And then once they get in, they get a chance to vote. The Democrat Party will tell them, we're the ones that made that happen for you. And when you came over here, we fed you and we housed you and we did all of these things. That's what they do.
And I agree. I always say that's the broken system of it all. And again, because the Democrats always play the long game. They play the long game. So even in that, they're playing the long game. And so they create these systems to put people on, like you said, so that they could continue to vote. But I also look at it as a way of continuing to create a form of division. Because like I said, when I look at it sometimes, we've said it here quite a few times, there's the 12, 13% of Black population, but that 12, 13% of Black population is so divided that there's a deep-rooted hatred. So I was speaking towards more so of the conversation that I was seeing where the Haitian woman was saying, you dirty Black American, and then Black Americans talking about how we can't stand Haitians and all of this other stuff. And it was like, I look at it and it breaks my heart as a Christian because I look at it because there are people, wonderful Haitian doctors, they come here and they work hard. They hold their head down and they work hard and they do what they got to do so they can provide better for their children. They come here for the American dream and that's exactly what they have. I always remember the stories that my mom told me when she first got here. She was ready to embrace people. America, I'm excited to be here in America. And the way Black Americans treat her, like she was some kind of evil criminal. So I just want for Christians to open their eyes, because in this instance, there's going to be, I'm talking about for Haitian American Christians that are here and Black American Christians, just be careful in this space.
That's right.
Because that could really cause more unnecessary division. Because people, that will hurt people when you're get these Haitians out of here. And again, that is still that is still their homeland, even though they want to be here and they've done everything right. That will still hurt their feelings. So I just want people to be very careful in those statements. They got to be very, very careful because these people, they're very good, hardworking people here. Just like any other nation that came here, they assimilated, they did what they were supposed to do. And they want to be seen as Americans. Even though they're from that country, they still want to be seen as Americans. So I just wanted to make sure Christians specifically be careful.
I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on any of this? Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family or buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. And as always, keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you guys next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, he gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, it can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. And the Lord hit my chest, kicked air from my breath, put power in my step.